Hello, 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 welcome. I am doing a demonstration or a tutorial today of a funky bow. I've had a lot of requests for them. So here I am in showing you how to do this simple bow, and it gives you a little bit of a different look. It's not a bow that has a long flowing tail. It's more funky, hence the name. So just to show you what I have here, these are all wire-edged ribbons, by the way. I have a 2.5 inch, one 2.5 inch, and then I have four 1.5 inch. So that, and you could make this with any size ribbon. You could make this with one ribbon. You could make it with as many as you want. You can really make this your own. I just want to give you the simple steps for doing what is considered the funky bow look. I am also using my bow maker. Some people may give that a brand name. I don't have a brand name one. I actually have a homemade one. And the reason why you want to use this is because of these two dowels here. Really all it does is hold your ribbons as you're stacking them on top of each other. So that is the purpose of using the bow maker. So we're going to get started with this simple one. I'm going to start with my largest ribbon, which would be on the bottom of the bow. I am going to do a 9-inch tail. That's the other thing that's nice about using the bow maker, because it has the measurements right on the actual maker itself. So I am doing a 9-inch tail. Then I am going to twist the ribbon, and the reason why you're twisting it is because you always want the good side facing out. I am doing a 7-inch tail. So I will measure the, I'm sorry, not tail, loop. I will measure that to 7 inches. And then I am twisting the ribbon again, so as to always have the good side facing out. I'm measuring to 7 on this side, and I'm going to do the same size tail, which is a 9-inch tail, and I am going to cut that at 9 inches. Once I have this in here, I am going to pull up a loop and a tail. And then on the bottom, I'm going to pull down a loop and a tail. That gives an X formation. And that is the same. You will keep layering on top, but you are alternating. Wherever you have a loop, you're going to put a tail on top. Wherever you have a tail, you're going to put a loop on top. It sounds complicated, but it's not. And it's a repetitive step. So now I'm going to go with my 1.5 inch ribbon. I'm still going to stay with my 9-inch loop. This ribbon, by the way, doesn't have a good and a bad side, so there's no need for me to twist it. Just in case you're wondering, I'm just going to give the edge of this a fresh cut. I'm going to go 9 inches. I'm keeping all of my tails at 9 inches, and I am going to go a half inch smaller on my loops with each ribbon that we do. So this was 7. I am going to do a 6.5 inch loop now. 6.5 there. And then I'm going to measure on this side for this loop, 6.5 inches. And I'm keeping my tail the same length at 9. Now, as I said, with that X formation, here on my bottom ribbon, I have a loop. So now I'm going to pull my tail on top of that. Here I have a tail. I'm going to pull the loop up. On the bottom, here's my loop. I'm going to pull the tail down. So you're always alternating them. And again, I'm keeping that X formation and just piling them on top of each other. And I'm going to go with my next ribbon. I'm keeping my tail at 9 inches. This loop was 6.5 inches. I'm going to go to 6 inches now. I'm decreasing by 1/2 inch with each ribbon. 6 inches. This does have a good and a bad side, so I'm going to twist it to keep the good side out. And I'm going to measure to 6 inches on this side, and I'm going to keep my 9-inch tail. Here I have a tail, so I'm going to pull up the loop. Here I have a loop, so I'm going to pull up the tail. I'm keeping that X going. And again, just layering on top of each other. And I'm going to go with my next ribbon. I'm keeping my 9-inch tail. My last loop was 6 inches, so this I'm going to twist, have the good side out, and this is going to be 5.5 inches. I'm going to twist it again to have the good side out and measure on this side 5.5 inches. Make sure I got my 5.5. Okay, with my 9-inch tail. Here I have a loop, so I'm going to pull up the tail on this, and I'm going to pull up the loop here, tail here. See, this is what's so nice about wire edged ribbon too. You can really manipulate it where you need it to go. Now my last ribbon, I am just going to cut a length of this. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Not measuring this. I'm folding this in half, and I'm putting this in here just like this with maybe 1.5 inches past here. I'll show you at the end when we put this together. What that does will hide the cable tie of what I'm going to secure this bow with. That's just going to be a little loop. Okay. I have my cable tie, which I secure my bow with. You can use floral wire. You can use a pipe cleaner, whatever you have on hand, whatever you are more comfortable with. I am going to slide this up while it's still between the dowels. I'm going to put the cable tie there. Then I'm going to start tightening. Now, before I tighten all the way, if you are looking to attach this to something, now may be the time that you want to insert either wire or a pipe cleaner. Let's say you're going to put this on a lantern, you're going to tie this to a wreath, you're going to tie this to a basket, whatever you're going to put this on. This will allow you to tie it to whatever object you want. Then I will continue tightening my zip tie. I'm going to cut off the extra for that. And then we fluff. Fluffing is the fun part. I'm going to pull this pipe cleaner down because that's what we're going to use to secure it, whatever we're doing it to. And now I fluff all of my bows. I put all 4 fingers in the loop, starting with the bottom one that I made. Then I go to the next ribbon. I put them between my fingers with the tails and just run my fingers down the tails, and they flow beautifully. All 4 fingers and just fluff it up. And the same with all of the ribbons. And see, a beautiful bow has taken shape. And again, this is a little bit of a different look in that it's not a bow with long streaming tails. Just gives you a little bit of a different look. And again, you could keep manipulating these. You could choose to cut the ends of the tails. You can have them either stay on an angle like I have done them. Just don't keep them straight across. That makes it look unfinished. Either have it on an angle or you can dovetail them. By dovetailing them, you take the ribbon, you fold it in half, you cut from the folded edge on an angle out toward the wire edge. That gives you a dovetail and just finishes it off so pretty. So since I did the one, I will do all of these in dovetail, so it looks all finished. And again, what gives it that funky look is having all of these tails be a part of the design. Got all of them on that side. Let's cut them on this side. Again, you're folding it, cutting from the folded edge on an angle out toward the wired edge. Oh, I forgot to fluff this loop. Got away from me. Okay. Last one, I think. And then to show you that last ribbon that I did on here, that I just did the length of it, that had that little loop, fluff that loop and take it over in the middle. And what it does is hide that cable tie. And you could just add these loops to the bow, twist it so that the right side is showing. And that's it, a very simple bow. These are great to put on wreaths. It's great to put on lanterns. You could put these on so many things. So there you go with your funky bow. I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. And if you're liking this, please subscribe to my channel so that I can bring you more videos like this. Thanks so much. Have a great day.